Hello, welcome back. So today we're going to be building the elevators. So first thing you're going to want to do, grab your E1 and then grab E2. And what you're going to want to do is mark where your ribs are going to be on both sides of this. And once you have that done, then we're going to put some glue in here. We'll put glue in the slot. Just make sure that's nice and even. So that makes one half for the elevators. And you can go ahead and do that with the other one as well. Now, with the E1s, they're beveled on the spot right here. Spot right there. So make sure the bevel is inward. All right, so now we got the elevators started. Got those pieces in. Now, we're going to need to take a 1/8 by 9/32 by 30 stick and cut them for each of the ribs on both sides. And so once you line up with one, you can basically cut 4 of them. And that'll be everything you need then. And also, before you do that, we're going to want to line up the elevator on here and make sure you make your rib lines so that you can just set these things right in. And it's easier to do this if you hold this green edge part on the edge of your board and make sure this piece here is flat. All right, so once you get that done, it should look something like this. And note, when you do the ones down here, you'll have a piece on the outside that should look like, it should go on there just like that. And then you have one going right next to it that butts up to this piece here. Here you one. It gives you plenty of strength right there. All right? And once you finish that side, then you flip it over and do the other side. All right. Once you get all the ribs cut and put in, you should have an elevator look something like this. So once you have got that done, then you can go ahead and do the other elevator. All right. So once you're done, then you'll want to go along with some sandpaper and even these edges up just a bit without taking any of this elevator material right here away. You know, one fan that away. Just to kind of even everything up. And then we'll get on to the next step. All right. So now you're going to need 2 elevator panels. And what you're going to want to do is measure about halfway. Across here where this tab's going to go. And draw a line right there. Indicating the center of the lean edge of this. And then what you're going to want to do is grab your 1/8 by 1 inch by 30 inch stick and cut 2 balance tabs. And then you'll glue them right on that one. So try to get as close as center as possible. Now do the other one. All right, so now you're going to need a 5/8 by 3/4 by 6 inch. And you're going to cut 2 pieces from that. And these are going to be your elevator tips. So you want this end right here flush with your tab. And then you're going to need another one that's 3/8 by 3/4 by 12 inch. And you're going to cut 2 3-inch balance tab leading edges. You'll line this up with this end of the balance tab, go ahead and do the same thing on the other one. Okay, so once you get your root cap end on, now you're going to need to cut from the 1/8 by 9/32 stick. You're going to need to cut 4 ribs, and there'll be one here and one on the bottom for each panel, all right? All right, now do the other panel. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need is a stick that's 3/8 by 1 1/4 by 6 inches, and you're going to cut 2 pieces from it, and those will be your torque rod blocks. So it should look something like that. And so then you're going to drop this right in here, and this should be centered on the leading edge. Now looks pretty close. So that's one. Now do the other one. All right, so now you're going to need a stick that's 9/32 by 1/2 inch by 30, and you're going to make hinge blocks. So you want to put the hinge blocks in at the locations marked on your plan, and do that for the side. Okay, so once you have all that blocking put in, it should look something quite like this, both sides. And then just kind of sound this a little bit if you need to, and make sure that they're flush with the leading edge. And now we'll do the other one. All right, you should have 2 elevator panels that look pretty much identical. Should look like what I have here. And I think we'll wrap that up here, and then after that we'll do the final sanding to shape the edges and everything between the stab and elevators and the rudder and the fin section, okay? Thanks for watching.